They were so mean to me. Especially Len Goodman, the British old cranky judge.
So is the British guy.
Yeah.
Why are the British guys always assholes?
It was really hurtful, and I took it in stride, but I was he called me awkward. Like, I just wanted to walk away from this show not being like a white girl dancing meme, you know? Like, I just didn't want people to be like, oh, white girls can't dance, because I know I can't dance, and I just didn't want to be made fun of, and he made fun of me. He was like, you look awkward, because at the end of it, I just go, I can dance. Like, it was just me being funny, because I obviously can't, but I was like, I just completed a dance that if you watch, it's not that terrible. I was very injured that morning. I was proud of myself. And he goes, you were awkward, and you can't dance. You can't dance. And then he said other things that I kind of blacked out during it, because I was so sad, and I was just holding on to Tom Bergeron for dear life, and then I got eliminated first. So it's so funny to me because I took on this challenge being like, the worst that could happen is that I get eliminated first, which I surely won't do, because I can't be that bad. I'll be better than
somebody.
Right. 13 people. And I wasn't. I was the worst. My worst fear did happen. I got made fun of on TV. I got eliminated first. And you know, like being on a reality show, like have you done a reality show where it's like, and the next the first contestant eliminated from the show, and then there's dun dun, and there's a spotlight on you, and I'm staring at the stage, like just a slat in the stage. I'm just staring there, being like, they're gonna say Nikki and Gleb, they're gonna say Nikki and Gleb, and Nikki and Gleb, and it was just like, I'm on a reality show right now, getting eliminated. It was so surreal, and it sucked, and it sucked. And I'm still obviously very much feeling it. And I loved the show. I wanted to like keep going. I wanted to do different dances. I like was ready to really, because I just learned how to dance. So I had to learn how to, because I'd never danced before in my life. Never learned the Macarena. Like I took myself out of any kind of dancing that was offered to me in school, because I was just like, I'm a bad dancer. I don't want anyone to make fun of me. I'll never dance. And I sign up for the show. I learn a dance. I nail it as much as I can nail something. I was very proud of myself. And then I get eliminated, and it really, obviously I'm just.
Has anybody ever done it 2 years in a row?
I would love to do it. I was almost, no. But
why don't you start taking dancing lessons?
I would love to.
Why don't you do that and then come back next year and shove it up that British guy's ass?
I don't think they'd want me back.
I bet they would. I bet they have a hard time getting people to do that show.
Why did they let me go so soon then, Joe? Because it didn't feel like it was because of my dancing. It felt, you know, when you get eliminated from one of these shows that you just go, oh, someone at the top doesn't like me. There's something else involved here. It's not America.
That might be your own head, though.
Yeah.
That might be your own head.
It's probably just, but out of 13 people, they liked me the least.
Well, maybe, being honest, you had the worst performance. Isn't that possible? I mean, you don't dance. Look,
I did not.
If I was on with you, I probably would have had the worst performance. I don't fucking dance. Right? So it's like, you think about your base that you're coming from. You're not a person who dances.
Right.
This is a totally new thing for you. But if now you have this in your head and you decide to take dancing lessons and you do it on a regular basis, just once, twice a week for a year, you could be fucking amazing by the time next year rolls around.
God. I gotta see if they allow people to enter a second time.
I guarantee you they will. But look, it's fucking hard to get people to do that show. A lot of people say no. A lot of people. It's a massive commitment.
Yeah,
Most
it
people,
is.
Yeah, a lot of people don't have the courage or the time or the interest.
I did Last Comic Standing twice and got the same place. so this isn't looking good for me. That was
it with different hosts or the same host?
It was a different host, different judges. Because the first time I did it, I was in college, and there was no reason for me to even get as far as I got. And I was
but
a year
Last Comic
in.
Standing, let's be honest, it was rigged.
Did you ever host or do it? Yeah, you hosted.
I was one of the judges.
Okay.
And there was a real issue with one season, not with mine, but with Brett Butler, Drew Carey, and a couple other people. They protested because the person they voted for did not make it through, because the producers decided that they knew better. And because they wanted the television show to be more interesting. So they wanted someone more controversial or whatever it was. So it was this huge deal where they're like, wait a minute, why are we here as judges if you're not even counting our vote? Like, this is all a puppet show. Like, what's happening here? And then there was also conflict because one of the guys who was a producer was also a manager of some of the people that were on the show. And people were like, what the fuck? You know, there was a lot of issues. There was a lot of issues with that show.
Yeah, but I think that's every reality
Yeah, but it's a contest.
Show.
There's
know.
rules. Like I would tell people like that wanted to be on Fear Factor. Like they would say, "Hey man, can you get me on Fear Factor?" I'd say, "Stop right now." There's very specific rules about game shows. Like I can't even talk to you. If you want to be on the show, I can't say, "Hey man, I'm going to get you on the show because I like you and I'm going to help you." I can't do that.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
you
laws.
can't even if you want to be on the show, don't talk to me.
Right.
Because if I have to go to court, like do you remember that show Quiz Show?
Yeah, the movie was
Yes.
based upon that
Right.
controversy. Yeah,
because
yeah.
it was a fraudulent show. Because during that show, they decided this one guy who was winning, they decided it was a great thing to have him keep winning, and so they rigged the show. And because of that, there's actual federal laws about how you organize and
Yeah.
run game shows. There's real laws behind this.
So
kind
now
of
that's
stuff.
why I think I can't go back.
I don't think
Because
that's the case.
I love this idea. I would like to tell ABC I am interested in coming back and
They're
not
gonna
getting
hear
inter-
this.
I
They're gonna
know.
hear this, and I guarantee you can go back.
I
Listen,
would
it's fucking
love to go back. I had the best time. I just want to be a dancer now. I don't like. I stopped doing comedy because I just wanted to focus solely on dancing, and I started doing comedy towards the end because you do something 4 hours a day that you're terrible at. You want to go do something you're good at just to like get your ego back in place because.
Right.
I was beaten down 4 hours a day of just I'm terrible, and I was able to get to a place where I could kind of have my teacher Gleb Savchenko is one of the best dancers in the world. He would just say like he's been a teacher teaching dance since he was 14 years old, and he was like I've never met someone who is so bad at like I've never met someone who's I'm special needs dancing. Like if I would be on the short bus for dancers. I just don't have whatever it takes, but I worked hard enough that I was able to learn a very difficult
But
dance.
let me stop you there. It's not